As the political horizon tilts toward 2028, the ghosts of past campaigns and the fire of present battles are already shaping what promises to be another seismic showdown in American democracy. Kamala Harris, the former vice president who stumbled in her bid for the White House, is once again a name on everyone's lips. Some whispering of a presidential encore, others eyeing her as a contender for California's governorship in 2026. But if she's to step back into the ring, she'll need to reckon with the lessons of her last bruising defeat, a chapter that veteran Democratic strategist James Carville still can't quite shake. Carville, a grizzled political sage who once steered Bill Clinton to victory, found himself humbled when his bold predictions of a Harris triumph fell flat. "I was wrong," he admitted to Fox News Digital in a candid post-mortem, his Louisiana drawl tinged with regret. "The polls looked even all right? I thought Harris had more money." "She did. She had more storefronts, more doorknockers, better surrogates, with two ex-presidents stumping for her while Trump was trotting out Scott Baio. I figured that'd be worth 1.5 points. It wasn't." Instead, Trump surged to a popular vote win by that very margin and racked up 312 electoral votes, leaving Carville to relearn an old lesson. The greatest motivator in politics is a reason. People had a reason to vote for Trump. They wanted change, and I should have seen it coming. That craving for change, Carville argues, was the thread Harris failed to grasp. He still winces at her now infamous flub on The View, when she was asked what she'd have done differently from Joe Biden. "There is not a thing that comes to mind," she said, a response Carville calls the worst answer ever given. Ever. With 70% of Americans hungry for something, anything, new, he insists she should have seized the moment. "Say anything you want, just not, 'I can't think of anything,'" he groaned. "Give them a reason." Her campaign, he believes, was doomed the moment Democrats skipped an open primary after Biden's abrupt exit, a decision Carville rues as a missed chance to sharpen her edge. "She'd have been a much better candidate if she'd had to fight for it," he said, taking a swipe at pundits like CNN's bakery sellers who dismissed the idea. Now, as Harris weighs her next move, Carville's keeping his cards close. If she runs for president again, she's got to be a lot better than she was last time. Maybe she is, he mused. On a 2028 bid or a gubernatorial run, he's agnostic. "I don't tell people to run or not. She's got the resume, former prosecutor, attorney general, vice president. Who am I to say? But winning the nomination? That'd be very, very difficult, for her or anyone." While Harris plots her comeback, Donald Trump is already rewriting the script from the Oval Office, his second term kicking off with a bang that's got the nation buzzing. Early Wednesday, he took to Truth Social with a blistering salvo against U.S. District Court Judge James Boasberg, who dared to order the administration to turn around flights deporting alleged Venezuelan gang members tied to the notorious Tren de Aragua syndicate. "If a president doesn't have the right to throw murderers and other criminals out of our country because a radical left lunatic judge wants to assume the role of president, then our country is in very big trouble and destined to fail," Trump thundered. The flights, carrying migrants to El Salvador, were already beyond U.S. airspace when Boasberg ruled, a fact the administration seized on to question his jurisdiction. But Trump wasn't having it. In a late Tuesday sit-down with Fox News' Laura Ingraham, he branded the decision terrible, fuming that a local judge had no business meddling in executive turf. He'd already called for Boasberg's impeachment, a move that sparked outrage on the right and drew a rare rebuke from Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts. For more than 2 centuries, it's been established that impeachment isn't the answer to disagreeing with a judicial ruling, Roberts declared, nodding to the appellate process as the proper remedy. Trump, unfazed, shrugged it off on air. "He didn't name me." This clash is just the latest flare-up in Trump's relentless war on the judiciary, a hallmark of his political brand that's only grown bolder since his return to power. Boasberg's ruling came after reports surfaced of Tren de Aragua's alleged infiltration of migrant communities, a narrative Trump seized to fuel his deportation push. Critics call it fear-mongering. Supporters say it's decisive leadership. Either way, it's classic Trump, doubling down, damn the consequences. The administration insists it's acting within its authority, citing national security, but legal scholars are split. Some argue Boasberg overstepped by wading into foreign policy. Others say he's upholding due process for migrants who might have been misidentified. For now, the flights are grounded, and the courts are braced for a showdown that could ripple all the way to 2028. Back on the Democratic side, Harris's future hinges on more than her own ambition. It's about the party's soul. Early polls show her dominating a hypothetical 2028 field, though name recognition likely pads her lead. Still, the stench of her last loss lingers. Carville, ever the contrarian, sees a silver lining in owning the defeat. The public doesn't care if you're wrong, they'll turn on you when you're boring or predictable, he told Fox News Digital. Say something colorful that sticks, not vapid talking points. They're tired of it. He's not wrong. Harris's canned responses last time left voters cold, while Trump's brash unpredictability lit a fire. If she runs again, she'll face a crowded stage. Rising stars like Michigan's Gretchen Whitmer, Pennsylvania's Josh Shapiro, maybe even California's Gavin Newsom if he skips the governor's mansion for a national swing. Carville's take? The more the merrier. Let everybody run. But he warns Harris's path is steep. It'd be tough for her to win the nomination. Tough for anybody. Meanwhile, Trump's early moves are a masterclass in keeping the spotlight. The Boasberg feud's just the appetizer. Expect more judicial cage matches as he pushes his agenda. Immigration's his battering ram, but inflation, trade and culture wars are simmering too. His base is riled up, his foes are scrambling. And as Harris and her party soul search, Trump's betting his brand of chaos keeps him untouchable. For Carville, it's a bitter pill. People wanted change and he gave them a reason. Whether Harris can find her own reason, or Trump can keep his, could decide who's standing in 2028. One thing's clear, the stage is set, the players are restless and America's in for a hell of a ride.